Hello, Kim. Good morning. We figured out our life. We're here. It's the Aisle Files. We're going to be talking about some bridesmaid stuff. We also have some people who have written in, so I'm excited to get started. Kim, you have our list of you're the one that's keeping me on task. So fire away, girl.
Let's do some rapid fire, just like fun questions, just to get us thinking. Okay, so Kelsey, French fries or onion rings?
French fries, 100%.
Okay. Are you a chips and salsa or a chips and guac?
Guac, yep. Basic. I mean, I'm like, remember when like avocados became really in, and maybe this is only a Montana niche thing because like Montana, I've been on that train ever since, and I can't get off.
Yeah, avocado toast for life. A food you wish you liked, but you just don't.
Okay, this is a sweet. So I will eat mostly anything, and people know this. It is a very staple thing. Eggplant is one that I do not, and the reason
mine. It's just not good.
Okay, so my grandpa, we had like meals with him a bunch. Grandma, grandpa, right? We like grew up with them, and he would eat literally anything because he's depression kid, but that cat would not eat eggplant. And I'm like, if that dude doesn't eat eggplant, I can't trust it. No ma'am. So to this day, I don't do eggplant.
What's your I've had a day comfort meal?
Everything, but mostly Indian food.
Do you eat your French fries first or do you save them for last?
French fries first. Yes, mostly because by the time they get like cold, they are soggy and gross. And I mean, like, let's be honest, French fries are usually just a vehicle for me to get some like aioli sauce into my face. So like, it doesn't super matter, but in my opinion, aioli sauce tastes better with a hot fry.
So we did a call out on social media asking people to write in with their bad bridesmaid stories.
This was so fun. Okay, can't wait.
Our first one comes from Matt of Highline Media. He wrote in that a groomsman passed out from heat/a hangover as soon as the first kiss was about to happen. He says the groomsman picked him up and firemen carried him out of the picture. The bride and groom totally saw it happening and it almost ruined the first kiss. Could you imagine?
I cannot.
Only the front of the crowd noticed because everyone was standing. Best part was the one wedding my sister helped with, and she was on B camera and on the left, and the guy fell right into her and my camera, and she had to pick it up and move it and was freaking out. The way they carried him off was like one guy on each side holding his legs. So it was like he was sitting type deal, if you can picture that. It was absolutely hilarious. Also know that not too shortly after this, he was back and ready to party.
Oh my God, leave it to the groomsmen to like almost cause an entire scene. And so like I know Matt. I've worked with him a bunch for weddings and stuff. He's a videographer. And so just to imagine him watching that happen and like I'm like, are you filming the bride and the groom stuff? Are we like full on docu-series like filming this dude as he's being fireman carried out? I love how like the groomsmen just like banded together like the band of brothers that they are and are just like taking care of this man. Like I mean, we're joking because that's what we do on this podcast, but I really do hope that this cat was like, okay, he got hydrated.
The fact that he was back and ready to party so quickly, that sounds like maybe there was some heat involvement.
I'm just kind of wondering if was there a place where there was like a saline bag and he's just like getting that into him before he's out on the dance floor again? Like, what did this recovery period look like? Was it just like quick pass out, have some water, cool down, have some food, he back? Like, what do we?
A mobile IV clinic at your wedding reception isn't a terrible idea, right?
I mean, people do it. People 100% do it. So I'm just like, I'm trying to think about the recovery that your girl requires after like 2 drinks, like 2 glasses of wine. And the next day I'm just like Dracula just coming out of her casket. So I'm just giving props to this kid where he's like that high metabolism that he can be down in the dumps, literally getting carried out and then rising from the dead and ready to party. Like, props to him, man.
Yeah, no kidding. So this first girl wants to know, can you fire a bridesmaid? And if so, how without ruining the friendship?
Oh, I mean, just like the details in me, I definitely want to know like what we're firing a bridesmaid for. That being said, I think there are definitely tactful ways to fire a bridesmaid. That there are such issues, and again, I don't know what the issue is, so it's hard to speak to this, but there's clearly some stress going on outside of wedding with said bridesmaid and with said friend, right? Like we're coming at it where it's like we're both really good friends, we both want the same thing. Hypothetically, me walking down the aisle, completely stress-free and happy. So I think there's a way to be like, hey, it seems like this is really stressful. I just want you to have a good time. I want me to have a good time. Why don't we just have you be a guest at the wedding? And I would love to have you there. But this extra stress, just, I want to protect the friendship. Is there any chance we can just kind of like come as a guest? That's, I think, the first tack that I would take. Like, what do you think about this? And maybe the question is, do we still want this girl as a friend?
Yeah, I think that really comes down to why are you firing her as a bridesmaid? If it's something where, like you said, like it's just too much, it's too stressful for her, then I think giving her that out of, hey, you know what, I'm asking a lot, this is a lot, and maybe you're in school, maybe she just had a baby, who knows? Kind of giving her that like, hey, maybe you should just come as a guest and just.
It'd be way more fun. I mean, like, and I think we do need to recognize the cost for our people that we're asking to be in the wedding party, like especially if we're like going out of state for the wedding, and then what if there's a party for the bachelorette and the bridal shower, and like the dress, the shoes that they have to get. I mean, there really are hair and makeup. If the bride isn't covering the hair and makeup for the bridesmaids, there's so much, and maybe that's part of it. I'm totally okay to just be like, girl, why don't we just like party hardy on the dance floor and I'll meet you there with a cocktail? Because this whole bridesmaid thing can get really ridiculous really fast of cost, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And it's funny because that's actually the perfect segue into the next question that another bride wrote it, or this is actually came from a bridesmaid. Sorry, this one comes from a bridesmaid. She says, the bride is asking for a lot, all caps. She wants a multi-day bachelorette vacation, a bridesmaid's dress that's over $250, plus we have to pay for hair and makeup. I haven't even thought about the bridal shower. Where's the line between supporting her and setting boundaries?
Where's the line? I think it's not really about boundaries so much as like, you just need to be transparent about your budget and that, hey, I want to be here to support you. However, I do not have room in my budget for this right now. And it's just kind of that, right? I mean, I guess if we want to define that as a boundary, we can, but I think just like being transparent that like, I have a budget, right? I have a budget. I've looked through it transparently. Like, this just is not something that's feasible for me to spend right now. And I love you. I want the best for you. This just isn't something for me.
I don't know if like the fix for this, because this is not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time I've heard this story from somebody where it's like,
100%.
oh my gosh, I was asked to be a bridesmaid, I was to be a maid of honor, and now there's so much more that's into this that I didn't anticipate. So I don't know what the fix is. If it's something like, I'll give you all the details so you can make the best informed decision. So if you're a bride and you're asking girls to be your bridesmaids, maid of honor, maybe coming to the table with a, hey, I'd love for you to be my bridesmaid. I'd love for you to be my maid of honor. This is what I would like. If that doesn't fit in with your budget, with your timeline, because people have other lives that are going on. Maybe someone's trying to get pregnant and you're going to do this multi-day bachelorette, you know?
Totally. I think if you are a bride, I think a great etiquette for this is to text everyone and be like, hey, bachelorette stuff is going to be coming up. I would love to know what you are comfortable spending. Or even like an anonymous fill out the form, right? I just want to know, what are we talking here? I want everyone to have the best time possible. And honestly, my only goal is to hang out with you girls. That's why we're doing it. So I just want to find a way that we can do that and make everyone the most comfortable and have the most fun. I think that's the best thing to do if you are a bride.
No, I totally agree. Having some kind of just a conversation beforehand and just being understanding that like, if they're not able to meet you on those terms, if you want to fly to Vegas and have the whole hangover experience, and some people are like, I don't do that, because there's other things that we have to consider, not just finances, but some people don't drink.
Sure. I mean, I was assuming right off the bat that it was like financial was the only issue, but no, you're right. Like some people have kids and they can't just be jet setting around the world and doing all this stuff. I'm betting that's kind of what happened with this is they're like, "Oh, hey, June 27th, you in?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then all the details start coming out. That's the quickest way to put your best friends between a rock and a hard place. Don't do that. That's that's not fair. That's not fair to them. And definitely not fair to you when you have resentful friends, right? Who are like, "Oh, I feel like I have to because I said yes to this day, didn't know
Right.
what it was, and now I kind of hate you for it." Nobody wants to be in that situation.
This next one comes with a story, and it's kind of interesting. My friend is upset because she isn't the maid of honor, and I don't know what to do. Hi, Kelsey. I've been friends with Caitlin for about 10 years. Shortly after becoming friends, we also became friends with Morgan and Stephanie. I got engaged back at Christmas. Congratulations. And I am having my wedding in March of 2027. I asked Caitlin and Morgan to be bridesmaids along with my roommate from college. I asked Stephanie to be my maid of honor. I picked Stephanie because although we are good friends, she is a super type A person. This is in all caps. Like she will start planning next year's Christmas on 12/26. I do love Caitlin, but she can also be super flaky. We were supposed to go on a girls' trip last summer, and she told us the day before that she forgot to take the days off work. Anyways, Caitlin approached me and wanted to know why Stephanie was asked to be maid of honor instead of her. She said her feelings were hurt about it and didn't know why I picked Stephanie rather than her when I've known her longer. She said that if I picked my college roommate, she wouldn't be offended because we lived together. But picking Stephanie has really bothered her. Am I crazy? What do I do?
Ooh, this is a tough one. Like, I think it boils down to the like reasons why you choose a maid of honor in the first place. I can think of two reasons, and they're two different camps, right? And I think this is the main reason why there's tension between these two sweet little lovelies. The first camp is like the best friend you've known for forever. And there's no questions asked. Best friend we've known for forever. This is your ride or die girl. This is the one that you call at 2 a.m. to pick you up from the bar and picking you up off the floor from every previous breakup you have ever had. That is camp number one. Camp number two, the girl who can just do the job, being the bachelorette party, keeping your girls in line, being your number two for logistics on wedding day, right? This type A, get or done. Those are two ways to choose a maid of honor. So Caitlin, our wishful maid of honor, she thinks that our girl, our bride, is choosing camp number one to be her maid of honor, right? That's why she's like, "What? That's me. I'm your ride or die bitch. I'm your better friend." When in reality, the bride is choosing camp number two. The bride is choosing the girl for the job. And I think that is the best way that bride can be like, "Girl, Caitlin, you know I love you. You are my ride or die. I appreciate you. You're so awesome. Yada yada. I chose my maid of honor as Stephanie because there's a job to do. And to be honest, I don't think you would love that job. I don't think you would love planning the bachelorette party. I just didn't want to stress you out. And that's why I didn't do it." I don't know if Caitlin is going to take that and be like, "Okay, appreciate you," or like what she's going to do about it. But that's what I'm guessing happened. And that's what I would advise. What do you think?
Well, I think I agree totally. You can either pick your maid of honor based off like who's been your gal pal forever, or you can pick it off like, who's going to get this shit done. Who's going to be the person that if I call and say, "Oh my God, the florist just showed up and the flowers are wrong," is like, "I'm on my way to Costco right now. Don't worry about it." Is going to handle it. There are girls that think that being a bridesmaid and a maid of honor is just like funsies. Like, and it's fun. There's fun parts of it, but it is a job. You are working.
It's a job. Yep. Yep.
And they miss that.
I 100% understand. I understand where this thing's coming from, but I'm of the school that like, I don't want it to be work for anybody, right? I don't want it. I just want an excuse to hang out with you at the bachelorette party and get ready with you and have you at my side all day on wedding day. In reality, girl, that sometimes does not happen. So you are 100% right. Like the maid of honor is going to be the number one girl that the bride is like, "I'm freaking out X, Y, and Z is not going according to plan. Go pick up the caterer from the airport. Like, whatever. And I think just a simple conversation where the bride can express to Caitlin how much she is loved and cannot wait to have her on wedding day. And like, I also recognize that there's a lot of shit that will need to be done and I need someone organized. And I just don't, I think I would stress you out. So that's why I didn't do it. Love you, XOXO. If there's girl drama, like this kind of petty, like hierarchical, like where do I fit in your friend? Am I your best friend? On wedding day, or even leading up to it, that it is not about you. I love you so much. And your girl is getting married and she is freaking out. And she would really love someone just to be there no matter what spot she is. That is the girl on girl crime. Stressing your bride out about it. She doesn't deserve it. And she's got so much other like high ticket emotions going on. So it's tough.
No, I totally agree. All right, you ready for some fun stories? This is such a good story. I read the title and I was like, I don't even need to read the rest of the story. We're reading this on the podcast.
Amazing.
Hey, just buckle up. Would I be the asshole if I don't want my fiance to have a fat bridesmaid?
Oh no.
Just prepare yourself.
Prepare. Okay.
I, 19-year-old male, have been
enough
engaged.
said.
Enough said. I have been engaged for about a month now. Wedding planning is on the way. My fiance, 20-year-old female, and I have been doing the typical things. When thinking through who the wedding party is going to be, we have at least 4 people locked in for both bridesmaids and groomsmen, so 4 and 4. It will be a decent-sized wedding, 200 to 250 guests. Right now,
size?
That's
what is a large wedding for this guy? When he says decent size, is it like I could have invited 400, but I'm only inviting 220?
Right now for bridesmaid, it is just both of our 2 sisters. We are now considering a 5th person on each side. Her next closest friend, we'll call her Kelly, is who this post is all about. My fiance and Kelly are not extremely close, but close enough for me to think about her when choosing. They text a bit, but don't hang out that much, and my fiance says that she could certainly see them not being friends in a few years if we move away. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute.
I was going to say, I already have questions.
Yeah. For full honesty, I have never really liked this Kelly to start with. I think she is annoying and not driven, but the main issue is that she is overweight. I can't stop thinking about looking at our wedding photos in a few years and wishing that this person wasn't in them. I honestly really don't think I would enjoy watching Kelly walk down the aisle right before my future wife.
Oh no, come on.
She is also the only heavy person in the wedding party if we invite her to be in it. To be clear, Kelly is not a bad person at all. Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank you for clarifying, bro. Thank you for not a bad person.
Overweightness did not equate to badness. Thank you.
Being a bad person. Yeah, thanks. No thanks. I think he needed to hear that more than anyone else. Okay.
I just find her annoying and uninteresting. I enjoy working out and compete in triathlons. My fiance also does workouts regularly and is a great runner. You're 19 and 20.
What are you talking about? Like, why? I think by him bringing in the fact that like they work out and he's a triathlete, that like morals, are we talking about values? Is that what we're equating? And if so, then you are equating that she's a bad person. You're the worst.
All this to say, I care about my physical appearance. I am trying to discern if it is more of me not liking Kelly or her being overweight for the pictures. I don't want to use her weight as a cop-out instead of just being her. My fiance isn't dead set on having Kelly in it and says she really could go either way. It'll be perfectly fine with just having the 4 and leaving Kelly out. So how do we decide? And should I tell my fiance what I think about Kelly?
Oh man, if you are this shallow about a person that might be in your wedding, then I really do kind of fear for this bride, honestly, because like life changes and bodies change. So in like 5 years, what's going to happen? Is he going to be like, hi, I'm a triathlete, and like you are gaining weight? I fear for her a little bit.
I would say definitely don't have this conversation, or do, so that your fiance has a chance to run away. But the whole part where they text a little bit, but they don't really hang out. And yeah, we don't really think that we'll still be friends with them in a couple of years. That's not the person to pick for your bridesmaid.
If this guy wasn't as like worried about the visuals, I think that would be the thing to talk about. Are we still going to be friends? Because we're going to be having these pictures forever in your album and on your wall. So if you're not going to be friends, don't do it. And why do we even feel the need to have a fifth person anyway? Just don't. Yeah.
Like, you don't need a fifth person. And if it's something where he's like, well, I really want my friend Derek, I don't know, whatever, to be the fifth person. Okay, so then Derek walks down grandma. Like, you don't need another bridesmaid. Have him walk down a family member.
I think this is a very, very common like misconception or like tradition thing. They think they have to have equal. And it's like, you really don't. You can do whatever you want. If you're afraid of the visual that, oh, he has 5 friends and I only have 4, just for as an example, don't have them sit up there with you. You can have them sit in the second row of the ceremony. It's so crazy when it's like, we're trying to envision what the photos will look like instead of the experience will look like on wedding day. Do we want this person next to us or not? Do we love them or not? And if you don't, then don't. That should be the only indicator.
Not wanting to have a fat bridesmaid is crazy. That's
crazy. I just think it is the most icky thing I've ever heard of. I don't like this guy. I don't like him at all.
That's crazy talk. Am I the asshole for thinking that my bridesmaid owes me for upstaging and ruining my 30K plus wedding? My now husband and I got married a month and a half ago. We had 6 people on each side of the bridal party. This wedding took 3 full years to plan and prepare for. When I got engaged, most of my bridesmaids were single, including Anna, the star of this story. 2 of them were in long-term relationships. I wanted to just give the 2 partnered bridesmaids plus ones. Anna seemed offended by this because my wedding was years off and she was actually dating her now husband at the time, although it was casual. I eventually got pushed by my mother to give them all plus ones. Anna actually continued to date that guy and married him 4 months before my wedding at 2 months pregnant. She bought her new husband as her plus one, who I had never met prior, and convinced one of the other bridesmaids to take her friend as hers when she knew we didn't like him. She was hugely pregnant and did not refrain from showing it off. We're both fairly young, 25, okay? And in my husband's culture, getting pregnant, whether you're married or not, before you're 30 is basically a teenage pregnancy and drew attention. She also has a vibrant personality and has a way of eclipsing everyone around her. Her husband is also very tall and incredibly attractive, which drew a lot of attention. All anyone spoke about was Anna, her pregnancy, and her attractive husband. Even in the line, people were asking about that electric woman and of her pregnancy, marriage, and life. When they got up to dance, all eyes were on them. Anna's friend ended up hooking up with my brother, outing him as gay and causing a huge scandal. Okay, that, for my mental health, this is AI. I ended up leaving midway through the reception in tears and never attended the next morning's brunch. Anna and her entourage left early the next morning and also didn't attend. I can't even look at the pictures without crying and desperately want a do-over. I'm not a bridezilla, but this was beyond the pale. It felt like a celebration of Anna's marriage. I'm sorry, but I put so much planning, effort, and money into this, while someone that got pregnant without a thought and married spur of the moment reaped the benefits. I honestly feel like Anna owes me a wedding and did all of this as revenge of me for offending her years ago. Am I wrong? Wow.
Like, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start with this. I wasn't there, so like, who the heck knows? But this seems like a gross miscalculation on her part, for sure. Massive. I think the weirdest part that I want to dive into first is that the husband, the groom's culture, is that women who get pregnant before the age of 30 is a problem? Is that what you said? Under 30?
That's what she said.
And like,
whether they're married or not.
In what world are these people upset that a pregnant person is under 30? That is insane.
I think it's crazy that she's like upset that Anna has an attractive husband. She's like, oh my God, everyone just kept
Oh
noticing
yeah.
who her husband is. I'm like,
What is she supposed to do? She landed a hot husband. Like, props to her.
let the girl cook.
Let her cook. And she's dancing on the dance floor. Heaven forbid.
I
Oh
think,
my God. This
I
is
bet
nuts.
you, if I had a guess, again, I don't know, I was not a guest at this wedding, but I bet you she
I would've
probably
paid to
only
be
had like
wedding.
1 or 2 people that commented her about, oh, who's your friend? I've never met her before. And she then spiraled out of like, because it sounds like this girl has had some resentment, animosity towards her friend for being prettier than
Yeah.
her or cooler than her, whatever. And now this has manifested into
this thunderstorm of craziness. Yeah. I mean, this one, oh God, she's criticizing a 25-year-old in a span of 3 years of wedding planning. She thinks that Anna is going to hold on to some grudge when she's gotten married, she's had a child. The narcissism that like this bride would be top front and center, that she would even be holding a grudge that long when she has all this other bigger fish to fry is wild.
yeah, I think one thing that's crazy is her whole thing of like, did Anna do this intentionally, like as revenge for me? And it's something
What,
that's
get pregnant before
yeah,
30?
get pregnant, get married. Like, yes, this is all part of her master plan to fuck with your life. You're so right. I think
So right.
my mother taught me something, and I'm not saying that this is gospel by any means, but whenever you catch yourself spiraling out like that, like whenever you catch yourself thinking of this person did this because X or whatever the intention is, she's like, you need to stop and think if that's what you would have done. Because why was that your first thought? Like, oh, she did this for revenge. She's like, because you would have done it for revenge. That's how your mind works. You would have wanted.
That's what. Oh shit. So wait, okay, hold on. Blowing the case wide open. My girl Kim. So you think that Bride would have done this to Anna?
Bride had been like, I need to get revenge. She would have been like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to upstage her at her wedding to get revenge. And it's like,
by getting pregnant?
yeah, and like doing
a
all
hotter
these things,
husband than
be
her?
the hot chick at the wedding and everyone's going to look at me. I think that's what it is, because why is that what the first thing your mind went to? Why is that where your mind went to?
No, right.
She could have been like, oh, Anna's depressed that she's not married, so she just married the first guy that she met and got pregnant. It wasn't, oh, Anna's jealous of me because I'm getting married, so she just married the first guy she met. It's Anna wants to see on me. Like, there's a million other things she could have come up with, but she came up with that because that's what she would have done.
She would have done. Oh my God, was she, I guess my other question, now that we're onto the revenge cycle, did Bride get invited to Anna's wedding? Did she attend that wedding?
We have no idea.
If so, I wonder what the behavior was. I mean, she's not dancing, that's for sure. And then like, what's the last part? Her brother hooked up with someone?
Yeah.
The second half of the story.
With somebody and like got outed as gay, and that's Anna's fault. And I'm like, I fail to see how this is Anna's fault.
Oh, I mean, everything that happened at that wedding is Anna's fault. Every single fucking thing. A kid pooped their pants, that's Anna's fault.
If you're a bride, just blame everything on Anna.
Blame everything on Anna. Oh, and the hot husband. Hot husband is only like half the problem, but like it sounds like a big problem.
God forbid he has a hot husband.
Watch out. Hot husband. Go her. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly.
Whatever, man.
Like, for you.
I just can't get over the like, she's dancing. Everyone is dancing at a wedding. There's a dance floor and a DJ. At a wedding? Unacceptable.
You mean to tell me I put this dance floor in and you are utilizing it?
You are using it, and amazing DJ that I got that's like spin all the tunes. And what's that one? Cha-Cha Slide? Cha-Cha Slide is coming out and this bitch is dancing. Unacceptable. Because pregnant people aren't allowed to do anything. Okay. They're supposed to be seen, like heard and not seen. Okay. That's it. That's all they're supposed to do. And they're supposed to do it when they're 30. Insane.
Somebody should have told her.
Yeah. Somebody should have fucking told. No, should have told her 3 years ago. that these were the rules because she's expecting that this person's circumstances aren't going to change in 3 years.
Yeah.
When
It's
so much
absolutely
can happen.
Yeah.
Insane.
So that's our bridesmaids episode for today. Next, we're going to be talking about wedding guests. So if you have a wedding guest, please email us. Please tell us all the details because we want to hear.
What is the email for them?
The
to
aislepilespod@gmail.com. And I'll link it below.
Amazing. And we also have an Instagram, which is very exciting. So shoot us a DM there. Perfect. Can't wait to hear all about it, girls. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.